if you're defending a total around 140, is a little slice of luck. Now on Cricbuzz Combox, we briefly discussed it, Joy Bhattacharya and myself, but I'd like to bring Michael Vaughan in there. First, a catch gets dropped, Rahul Tripathi, and then you see a ball at about 130 k's an hour from Dhawal Kulkarni, takes the inside edge of Chris Lynn's bat, almost flush onto the leg stump, and the bail doesn't fall.
Well, I think we've seen over the course of the last week that, you know, the Zinger bells are great. You know, they came into T20 cricket a few years ago, and it's fantastic. It's a great spectacle. I love technology, and I love what it brings to the game. But when you see, you know, MS Dhoni got bowled 2 or 3 games ago, and the bells didn't zing, they didn't flash. So the ball hit the stumps, and it didn't create enough impact on the stumps for the bells to flash. No problem with that. That's been happening for quite a few years. Not a problem. MS Dhoni flicked the ball onto the stumps brilliantly, skillfully, and it hit the stumps with power. The Zinger bells flashed. The ball tonight at 136 kilometres an hour hit that leg stump almost flush. The Zinger bells flash, but the bells don't come off. We now have a problem that the laws potentially may have to change, that if the Zinger bells flash, love the Zinger bells, but if they flash, it's going to have to be deemed out.
I think
you can't be having a bowler ball 135 mile, hit leg stump, the bells flash but the bell doesn't come off, and it's not out. I think it's such a game geared towards the batsman striking it to the boundary, loads of entertainment, that we've got to allow the bowler something. We've got to allow the bowler, if he gets enough skill to beat the batsman's inside edge and it hits the leg stump or the off stump or the top of the bells, and the bell doesn't come off, but it thinks surely it's got to be out. It has to be out. We can't be that cruel on bowlers to suggest that, by the way, you can bowl Chris Lynn these days and he's not out. We just don't want the batsman to get out anymore. There must be a weight, there must be something that's making the Zinger bells, probably all the technology inside is making it a bit heavier. So clearly the heavier the bell, the less likely it's going to come out of the grooves. So you've got to put that into the equation. I'd just make it simple. If the bells flash, that's what it's about. There's enough impact from the ball onto the stumps. That's got to be where the line is. It's got to be out. If it's particularly tonight, if you bowl someone, I'm sorry, you've got to have the batsman walking back to the pavilion.
Well, before T20, of course, it happened in the 2015 World Cup, and maybe the alarm bells should have started ringing then, or the lights should have been flashing.
Absolutely. I think this is a matter that's just come up because it's happened thrice now in the past week. And I think it's important, and he's absolutely right, because you've had so much of it. If the weight of the bails has changed, that's also a change in rules, then this side of the rules can also be changed. And it's very simple, because Zinger bails have now given you that ability to notice when the bails have dislodged. So far you never had that ability. Now we know exactly at what point it happens. Why not use it and use the technology to its best use?
And you already know that a certain a wood called lignum vitae is used in making the normal bails.
Yeah.
That's already a slightly heavier wood, only slightly heavier, so it can go against the wind. It doesn't fall off in the wind.
Yeah.
There have been times in Wellington where they've had to play without the bails, but already heavier, making it even heavier.
Yeah, I think tonight was the MS Dhoni flick of the kind of ball from behind. We've probably seen that before in the past, where the bells haven't come off, and particularly the Dhoni being ball, where you play a ball lane, it runs off the face of the bat and it dribbles back onto the stump. We've seen that, but I'm sorry, tonight, when you bowl 135 clicks and it hits the stumps and it's not out, there's an issue. There is a real issue, and I'm not one really to feel sorry for bowlers. I really am. I'm a batsman that's always looking at a bowler and don't have any ounce of sympathy for them. They were stupid to go and bowl. Why did they become a batsman? Why running all that way and produce all that effort where you can just stand there with a piece of willow and smack it? I mean, I don't quite get the philosophy about wanting to be a bowler, but come on. If you bowl someone, it's got to be out. And if the bells aren't going to come off, we've just got to go with a flashing Zinger. I think it's a very simple solution.
And that has got to be said just as you see it, because Michael Vaughan, a batsman, has said it, and he's taken the bowler's side. I know there's some bowlers who always want the rule changes in their favour, but that is about as fair as it gets.